This one's about our first ever cruise experience. We had our first cruise ever. In fact, our only cruise, because we haven't ever been since. And that was February of last year, February 2024. So it was a cold cruise, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. And what were your expectations before going?
Well, I was just worried about like seasickness.
That's kind of what I was. Well, I wasn't really worried about seasickness, but I was worried about like how much the actual ship is going to move.
Yeah.
Because we went through North Sea.
Yeah, we did a Northern Europe one.
Yeah, Northern Europe cruise. And so that was going through North Sea. And North Sea is the one which is the rough one, apparently, the scary one. The one where you get like those weird TikToks and that, where they sing that Viking song and the ship is getting bashed. You know, honestly, the videos...
Yeah, you were watching a lot of them.
Yeah, and I'm not like a sea person. Like, I am not a ocean person. Like that is proper not my kind of thing. I do not want to be even in choppy water is not my kind of thing. So going on the cruise was, in a way, facing a fear in a way, a little bit. Because that's kind of like an alien experience, just being surrounded by just ocean everywhere.
It is.
Nighttime was a bit freaky.
It was.
I had to kind of like face my fear every night. And so at night, when we get back to the cabin, it'd be like dark, like 10:30, 11. And I would have to like go out onto the balcony. So our room had a balcony, just like sliding door, you go out and all you can hear is just the ocean just like splashing against the boat.
Yeah.
Against the
pitch
ship.
Black.
Yeah, pitch black.
You can't see a thing.
Yeah. There's some light coming off the ship and it's just going into like you can see about 10 feet of water. After that, nothing. If you look straight forward, absolutely nothing. Like there wasn't even moonlight.
No.
I was looking up to see, okay, can I see any stars? Like, because it was star navigation, wasn't it, back in the days? Like people on boats and ships back in the days used star navigation. And they'd look up and I couldn't see anything. I was like, oh my God, what would they do on a night like this? But yeah, my expectations, one of my worries was, of course, the water. Go on.
I just would have ideally liked it to be not a winter cruise. You know, if it was like, even if it was just even March, April, it would have been a bit warmer, less scary. And I don't know, I feel like winter equals choppier waters, but apparently that's not the case. It's not, you know, a guarantee that just because it's warmer weather doesn't mean it's less choppy.
Okay, so it can be choppy just regardless of weather.
Like, for example, my friend's been on many cruises and she's been fine on a lot of them. And so like winter and summer cruises. But then one time, it was a summer one. It was a summer one where like she felt sick.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So it really can be choppy. Like there's a risk of choppiness.
Yeah, it's not guaranteed.
Irrespective of weather.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends where you're going and stuff, and yeah, so it's not a guarantee. Like summer means it's safer.
All right.
In terms of seasickness. So yeah, interesting. But it wasn't too bad though, was it? It was like cold, but it was still all right. Like we couldn't use like the swimming pools and stuff like that, and we weren't out on the deck much. But in terms of like the ship, which was a new ship at the time, quite a new ship.
Yeah.
We had a good experience, didn't we?
Yeah. How new was the ship at the time?
Oh, I can't remember now. I want to say like 2 months. It wasn't the maiden. I know, and obviously it wasn't the maiden trip, but it was like first 2-3 months, I believe.
Yeah, it was very new, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So that was cool.
It was very new. I'm sure you can Google it when it came out, Eurybia, MSC Eurybia.
Yeah,
and
MSC
then we went
Eurybia.
on in February 2024.
Yeah.
But yeah, nice ship.
Yeah. And for me, like, we don't really do cold holidays.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So that was another bit of a thing for me. I was like, cold holidays is a bit, you got to pack a coat. And I'm like, I don't really know if I want to be packing a coat when, like,
Yeah.
we're always wearing a coat anywhere in general, normally. But, you know, it's still nice. We saw some really nice places. I've forgotten pretty much the majority of places.
Already.
Yeah, I'm like horrendous at geography anyway, and that part of the world is not. There weren't places that I was like kind of like.
You would visit.
Like they were never really on my to-do list in a way. It was more the cruise that I was going for than the actual.
That's why
destinations.
That's why I liked it though. It like stopped at places that we haven't been to, and it's places that we wouldn't necessarily visit either. So then it's like we've ticked quite a few. Do you know what I mean? In one trip.
But or at least I may go there in the summer.
Yeah, I get it.
But then again, at the same time, it's not like a place where I've like ever. It's just not been on my to-do list. Them places, not nothing against the places. I mean, they were very beautiful places when we actually got there and saw them.
I like Belgium. Belgium was I wanted to see Belgium.
Yeah, Belgium was beautiful. Rotterdam was actually very nice.
Yeah, Rotterdam was quite nice actually.
Yeah, it was very nice. Belgium was beautiful.
Yeah.
Is that Bruges? Was Bruges?
Bruges. Yeah.
That's not Belgium, is it?
Yeah.
That is Belgium. I've forgotten. My geography is horrendous, guys, I will admit.
Yeah.
You might as well check it.
You just mashed my brain now.
But
We went to Bruges anyway.
Yeah, I went to Bruges. Very nice. A lot of history there. Very interesting. Another thing for me was how long you spend at each place.
Yeah, so we went to, it was Bruges, Hamburg, Hamburg, Rotterdam, Bruges, Le Havre, which is not anywhere near Paris. Is it just those four?
I think so.
I think it was 4 stops.
That sounds right, yeah. 4 stops sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I say Rotterdam?
I think you did.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually enjoyed, like, most of them.
Yeah.
I did enjoy those ones. The only one that we didn't get off was Le Havre because there was nothing there and it was, like, cold and it didn't look like there was anything like walking distance, and it was also the last stop before we came back, so we just used the ship's like facilities and did a bit of packing and we just chilled out, didn't we?
Yeah, there wasn't really anything walking distance, but there was a nice. We could see it. We could see like a little nice town from the ship.
Yeah,
It actually looked quite nice.
Yeah.
But we had to get like a little 10-minute transfer or something to get there. And I think we were set for packing and stuff, and so we didn't really go for it.
Yeah, we weren't too bothered. The other lot went off, didn't they, to buy the croissants and stuff.
People who did go, they went for a very like short trip as well.
Yeah, but they did say it was the right decision to stay on the boat, stay on the ship.
Yeah. So, right. So, your first time on a massive ship, same with mine. What did you think of like the interiors and stuff? Like, was it what you were expecting?
Yeah.
Really, I was not expecting the really long corridors.
Yeah.
It makes sense now because like that's the architecture of a ship. Let's say it's like instead of a vertical building, it's horizontal. So a lot of it is just straight long corridors from back to front. So there's lots of that long, straight, narrow. In a sense, not too narrow, but kind of narrow when you see how long it is. Lots of that. That was interesting. It was interesting to look off the back of the ship and see like almost like the track it makes in the ocean. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was interesting to have a look at. I really liked the different seating areas that they had as well.
Yeah.
Like they had really nice, like different places where you can just sit and just enjoy the journey and like really just look out and you could see how choppy the water is and stuff like that. When I was looking down those long corridors though, it properly reminded me of Titanic. It's It's very much like that. Like it's like ships haven't changed very much since then, which I
Yeah.
kind of understand.
Yeah.
And there's also, it was one of the first times I think that I didn't see it, didn't really experience it, but you know that like the class system is there again.
Yes.
Yeah, that class system is very much, I feel like it's very much alive in transport, isn't it? That's like the only place where it really
Yeah.
kind of is where
Yeah.
you experience it.
Yeah.
In transport, like first class trains, first class planes,
Yeah.
and then I don't know what the class was called on this one,
The yacht club.
yacht club, and you get like
On MSC, it's called the yacht club.
and you get a butler and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like it really gives that feeling, that vibe of like upper echelon, upper crust, and like they'll get off the ship first and onto the ship first and miss all the queues and all this kind of stuff, innit?
Yeah.
They get their own areas to like spend time in and all
Have
this lot.
champagne in and stuff. Yeah. I know what you mean. But
But
a
we
lot-
didn't really experience it or see it.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I didn't see a single butler.
Well, yeah, they're in their own section, aren't they?
Yeah, but I suppose
Nowhere near the common folks like us.
yeah, but I still think that nobody even like came to like, unless they came and just didn't see him.
They have like their own like lounge and their own like dining area as well.
I suppose the butlers just don't come out of that area then. They didn't see a single butler.
Yeah, I suppose. Don't need to.
Yeah, I thought they might be escorting people around.
What did you think of the dining experience?
So this, of course, MSC has got two forms of dining, hasn't it? It's got the buffet
Yeah,
And
all the
the-
ships have. Yeah.
and the seated.
Yeah,
So which one are you discussing, or is it either?
just both.
All right, so I'll start with buffet first.
Mm.
The buffet's cool, but it's a little bit cutthroat in the sense that you've kind of got to battle for stuff a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, I could not get to the... why am I going to forget their name
Hash
now?
browns.
Hash browns. How could I forget?
Jesus, you and hash browns.
I could not get to the hash browns. I couldn't get to them. And when I got to them, I got one that was all right, second that was all right, and third that was like, had been fought over. Like, it's mostly okay, but a
How
bit
many are
hanging
you
off.
getting?
As many as I can, like everybody else. like you're supposed to with hash browns.
Yeah.
When it's a buffet.
It's the popular items, isn't it? So like you'll find in the buffet for breakfast, like all the people are going to the popular items.
Yeah.
So like you'll just find a massive queue and
Omelettes, for example.
everyone's just there for the same thing and the queue's just massive. And
Yeah.
like also the layout on the MSC cruises, I find they're not the best layouts, I think. Like, do you know that bit where you're queuing for the food? Like, people are also trying to walk past you
Oh,
as
yeah.
well.
And trying to get to
And it's-
other food as
and-
well.
And it's pretty narrow.
Yeah.
It's quite tight.
Yeah.
So you're trying to queue for food, but there's people trying to like find a table as well and walking
Yeah,
past
yeah.
you in both directions.
Yeah. The trouble is, like, this is unfortunately, like, this is not really an MSC problem in a way. MSC are doing the best they can.
Yeah.
The staff were brilliant. I never had a single staff issue.
No, I didn't.
The staff were brilliant. Even the fact that the food is always there as well is brilliant. The fact that there were so many people there and I still got hash browns is mind-blowing. So, like that, yeah, that's an issue, that queuing thing, yeah.
Well, it is an MSC. It is an MSC issue because it's the design of the MSC, like kitchen and like the seating arrangements, isn't it?
I just feel like, I just want to say that I don't know how they'd solve it.
Well, I don't know. I've just seen comments and
It is an
pictures
issue, and it is there in the
on
boat,
other
in the ship.
cruises.
And yes, you'll experience it when you're there, but I don't know how they'd solve it. How would they solve it? What do they do? Do they get those popular foods and put them in a different area where it's like queue friendly?
I just feel like those sections, there should be more of those sections. Those
So-
like hot buffet,
so if
hot
it's-
breakfast items, like because they had it on like 2 areas, didn't they?
Yeah.
Exactly the same repeated items
Reflected
on
other
the
side.
other side, but like maybe just more than just 2 sides. Maybe more than 2 sides. Maybe
Okay.
like 3, 4 sides.
Okay,
Maybe.
That's fair. That's fair. So then people would have to know that it's it's here.
Because-
There's a queue here, but if you want, there's more just over there.
Yeah, because
That'd
there
work,
was the
yeah.
kids section. There was the kids section, and the popular items were not at the kids section. So if it was at the kids section as well, for example, then not everybody would have to go over to that end.
Yeah.
You know, to get hash browns.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
Yeah. So that's fair enough. The only other issue, of course, is the seating. And really, this is more an issue of it's in certain weather types you can't eat outside. So if you can't eat outside, that does quite drastically decrease the amount of seats that are available. And then what they'll need to do is they need to signpost more interior seating this way. That should be signposted, and perhaps even more signposted at busy times. That's how they should do it. If it's a busy time, then it should be even more signposted around.
I think a lot of people just like to sit where the food was. They like to sit where the food is, don't they? But
Yeah, naturally.
quite a few people have said like there actually are a lot more seats at the back. You just have to walk out a bit more, walk a bit further.
Yeah, but of
Didn't
course
they?
you don't really want to walk further with your food and
Yeah.
have it get cold, and you have to go back really far to get more food.
But that was
But
one of the things that a lot of people were saying on the Euribia. You
Yeah.
just got to walk a bit more, and there are seats.
I mean, once it got so busy that I lost who I was with.
Yep, you did.
I lost who I was with. Like, I went to get food, and they were going to get food. I turn around, I can't find anybody. I start walking round, and I still can't find anybody. I'm like, oh well, I better sit down. So I sat down, eventually found a table, and it was that busy. I got a load of like random foreign aunties that come sit and join me.
Yeah, you did. We had like breakfast separately, didn't we?
Yeah, and then I went to a different table because I got up from there, went to get food, and then I was like, well, my seat's going to be gone. It's that busy. Found a seat somewhere else, and then another whole family come sit around me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair enough. I was cool with it. I was like, yeah, hi, nice to meet you. It was always nice, but it was also like a bit strange. You know what I mean? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
obviously, you just want to eat in peace sometimes, and I'm out there meeting.
So on
people.
that day, it would have been better if we went to the MDR, the dining room, for breakfast.
yeah, yeah,
Because
yeah.
at least we would have been sat together and we didn't have to fight for anything. Like, you just order your food and the waiters just come and give it to you.
I feel like we missed it. Did you miss it?
I don't know. Maybe we did.
I don't know what happened that day. I can't remember. But yeah, MDR is main dining room. So, well, before we move on to that, what were the good points, best points about the buffet? I don't want to just leave it all done over. The buffet was great.
Yeah, it was good. It was great. It was like there was food all day long.
All day long, food
all day, all night. Well, up to
constantly
like
getting replenished.
something crazy like 2 a.m.
Yeah, till 2 a.m. So you just go there, 2 a.m. and the place is like nice and quiet. Sit there, enjoy the space, spend time with family, whoever you're with.
Plenty of food. There was always options, weren't there? There were always good options.
I
for
love
us.
the pizza. The pizza's amazing because MSC is Italian, isn't it?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think so. I'm not sure.
I
Switzerland.
think
it said,
so.
They said it said Switzerland.
Did it?
Yeah, it says Switzerland, but I don't know who told me it was Italian.
I don't know why. I'm thinking about Italian too.
But yeah, they were churning out pizzas all
Lovely.
day long.
Yeah,
Mozzarella station.
yeah,
So yeah, great food all the time. Like
Yeah.
good options for lunch
Yeah.
and dinner. We enjoyed it, didn't we? The kids enjoyed it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so we loved it.
Yeah.
A lot of people say it's cattle market, like the MSC buffet cattle market.
It's fair enough. It's fair enough.
And like MSC, like as a whole, is like the Butlins of the cruises.
Of the cruise was, which is fair enough to start there if you're starting to go on cruises.
But like to be fair, like you get what you pay for.
But it's
You
still,
know what I mean? It's cheaper than Royal Caribbean for a reason.
but it's
Do you know what I mean?
also
You're not paying Royal Caribbean prices, so you can't expect the quality of the food to be matched. But from our perspective, we got a good deal. We had a great time, and the service was good, so we had no complaints food wise.
I mean, for me, I mean, if that's the Butlins of cruises, cruises are amazing because that was brilliant. It was brilliant. Like what they had, like that really impressive screen above. They kept lots of different vibes going on, like different attractions, activities going on. Every evening, a different show. Those were well organised. You know, there was a lot of people to manage, and the ship, the staff did really, really well. So yeah,
Yeah, good stuff. Great
yeah,
stuff.
it was. I think it was brilliant. It really was brilliant. And to start there in terms of cruises, can't really go wrong. Like I'd go again with them. I would definitely go again. And yeah, the ship was fantastic. The ship was so smooth, you did not even know it was moving.
Yeah.
The first time it moved, and other cities too, of course, when we've been on the cruise for a few days, we didn't even know it was moving.
Yeah, the first night was a surprise because obviously, like, being first time on a cruise, I think it left did we leave Southampton at 7 p.m?
I think it was 8.
Or was it 8?
Anyway,
7 or 8 p.m, regardless, we were just finishing dinner
yeah.
at the MDR, do you remember?
Well, we were in our room, I think. No, we were in our
Were
room.
we?
Yeah, we were in our room, and we were just like sorting stuff out, and then we started seeing. I saw like lights moving.
Yeah.
I was like, the lights.
Is it moving? And
was
then
like,
I looked at the time and I'm like, oh man, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, it's moving. It's
Yeah.
time to move. And we didn't even realise
That's how we realised we were moving, because when we looked out the window, we could see the lights.
that we were leaving.
Yeah, like the
dock.
port lights and and stuff like that were moving. So we're like, oh my god, we actually are moving. It was so smooth.
And do you remember at dinner? Oh yeah, it was at dinner when it was about 5ish. We all said, let's take the sickness pills.
Yeah.
Because you're supposed to take it 2 hours before, so we all panicked. Well, no, let's just take some, just in case.
Yeah, we'll take our travel sick pills just in case we get travel sick.
We didn't need it, did we?
Thankfully, we got lucky. Apparently, if you don't get travel sick on one cruise, it doesn't mean you're like immune to it. Apparently, you can still get travel sick on other cruises. So, did you not hear that? Am I just imagining?
Yeah, obviously though.
What?
That you can get seasickness anytime, can't you, really, on any cruise?
I don't know. Is that obvious? Put in the comments, people. Is that obvious? Is that obvious or is that not obvious? Is it? I mean, I don't get travel sick in cars, really, but
Yeah.
I know people who like do in certain cars.
Yeah.
But I never get travel sick in cars. Like never, never, never. So I might go on a cruise and think, oh, hey, I'm good on cruises too.
I get your logic.
But apparently, if the rule is that, yeah, the next cruise might be different.
Yeah.
We didn't really feel any of the ship going like this, did we? Like going, I don't know what you'd even call that.
I did.
It was like, how many times did you feel it?
I did. I think it was the third day when we had the sea day.
Uh-huh.
And we were at that lounge area and I felt sick that day.
You felt sick? Okay, so did you
Yeah.
feel it move quite a lot?
I think you felt it as well. And especially because we were facing the sea. I was watching it as well.
You were watching
and
it,
that
oh
kind of
God.
made it worse.
So did you feel it quite a lot
I
on
could-
that day, or?
Yeah, I did.
Because no joke, I can only remember feeling that happen about twice. And when I say twice, I mean literally 2 of those, like, that's it.
Yeah, I felt it. I felt a bit queasy.
Oh God, okay.
And then I turned away.
Do you remember that one when we were leaving the theatre place and they went, "Ooh,"
No.
and like somebody? No, remember that?
No.
We were leaving the theatre and then the ship went like down a little bit, and somebody a little bit elderly, they kind of like stumbled a bit, and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, no.
And that was weird though, because that's where you remember that. Oh God, yeah, we're moving. We're on this great big ship. We're sitting here watching a theatre show.
Yeah.
You know, there's no windows, you can't see anything out there. And then you forget that, oh God, we're actually on this big ship and we're moving. Like, it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
It is.
a bizarre
It
feeling,
is.
actually.
And I mean, when you think of it, it's the only place, I think. I mean, if you think of any more, put them in the comments. It's the only place where the customers and the staff live in the same place for the period of your visit.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like, the staff and us people, travellers, are living there, aren't we, basically? We're sleeping there, eating there, and everything else there.
Mm-hmm.
Innit? And where else do you get that? Hotels don't do that. You don't get anywhere else, do you? So it's quite unique.
Mm.
Interesting in that sense. Yeah. So, yeah, that was that. That was okay. So we'll move on and let's talk about main dining room then. Yeah. I liked it. So main dining room, guys. This is basically where you will sit with general population. Do you remember what that guy was saying? So you will sit with like other people basically, and you'll eat. Do you reckon?
What do you mean sit with other people? It's just like a restaurant.
Like a restaurant. I feel like we got lucky though, didn't we?
Basically, some I think, I'm not sure if it's because our cruise at the time we went on it, it wasn't like at full capacity, or we just got lucky at or what. But some people, when they go to dine at the MDR, they get asked when it's too busy, they get asked, "Do you want to share a table?"
Yeah. And so what happened is like,
So we kind of expected that, and we would have said no.
well, yeah, I mean, but our party that we were with was quite a big party at the
Yeah,
time.
we were a big party anyway.
So we
had our own.
we filled a whole table at least,
Yeah.
basically.
We had 2 big tables.
Yeah, we
2
filled
round
2 tables. Yeah, that's how many of us there were. But if there weren't that many of us, then we'd probably share a table with some other family.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I feel like...
But if it was just us 4, if it was just 4 of us, would you be all right sharing a table?
It depends on the other family. Like, I'm not being tight. Imagine if they were really badly behaved kids and that.
Yeah, no, my answer would be no.
Yeah.
Big,
But what if you
yeah.
don't got an option?
The tables are really close to each other anyway. Have you seen?
Yeah.
The tables are pretty close to each
Well-
other, so I'll just wait.
You just wait
I'll
until...
just wait for a table for 4, thanks.
Oh, right, wait for another table. Okay.
Yeah, I don't want a table 4, 6
Yeah.
and sit next to a random couple.
I mean, I'd rather not share. Like, what if like, you know... Yeah. It's things like that. There's other factors as well, but it's like... It could just be a tough situation, and, you know, it's not necessarily the other people's fault as well. It may well not be
Yeah.
them. What if we're just knackered and you don't want to be sociable and you don't want to look bad? You've had a long day out.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You've had a long day out.
Sometimes
You've
you
done
just
like
can't be
20,000
bothered.
steps.
Yeah.
And then you've come back and you're like, I'm shouting. I just want to just give me some good food, please. I'm just knocking out. But you go, oh, hiya, Deidre. How was it for you? Did you go and see that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What you having? That looks nice. Didn't you have that yesterday? No. She had that yesterday. She's forgotten. It's going to be stuff like that, isn't it? Where it's like, I cannot
Yeah.
be social in with you. I'm sorry.
No.
And then yeah, a lot of other factors like that. But yes, main dining room. My experience, brilliant. The staff are so attentive. They proper like look after your needs. If you've got any kind of specific dietary needs, highlight them to the staff, and they don't make you even feel awkward or weird about it. That's what I really appreciate. Like, they're proper nice. If anyone's got any special dietary needs, because we had some people with special dietary needs with us, and they were just saying how good the staff were in that sense.
Yeah, so on the first day, I went to the restaurant and spoke to the maitre d', and then just to see what the seating arrangement was going to be for our whole party, and told them about the dietary requirements and what time our dinner was going to be each night, and then he'd confirmed, yes, you're going to be sat on these two big round tables, and your dinner time is going to be 5:30 every night, because we selected the early dining option as opposed to the late one because we had quite a few kids with us.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah. Yes, very enjoyable. We dined there at our restaurant, at our given restaurant, because they have like 3 or 4 MDRs, so you get given one which you go to every time. So we went there for breakfast and lunch and dinner. Lunch, I think we went once, didn't we? But breakfast we went a couple of times, and evening wise, I think we went every night.
We went every night.
We went every night,
Yeah.
and then still went to buffet.
Yeah, a little
some
bit of
point in
buffet
the
like, as a
evening.
top up or something in the late evening. Yeah, late evening. Yeah, we were having fun. We were enjoying it. So yeah, service was great. Food was great. Options are brilliant.
Yeah, great options.
And they'll give you multiple of each dish too.
Yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you want 2 or 3 desserts, get 2 or 3 desserts. If you want 2 mains, get 2 mains,
Yeah.
etc.
I will say, like, some of the like the portion sizes for the main course can be a bit small. It's on the small side.
Yeah.
Especially if you're used to, other cruise lines sizes. They can be a bit small. Or if you're just hungry, then obviously you can always ask for 2. I know some people feel a bit like cheeky and feel a bit shy about asking
Yeah,
it, but
yeah.
they're used to it and they're
That's
completely
right.
fine with it.
That's
and
right.
it's actually quite a common thing
That's it.
to ask on
See-
a cruise.
see, that's the thing, right?
Can I have one of these starters, and can I have 2 main courses, and can we try 2 desserts? Can we try 3 desserts between the 2 of us? It's like actually quite normal, and like they'll just say yes, yes, yes.
Exactly. This is the point. Like, if the portion sizes are kind of smallish, all right,
Yeah.
but the staff made it awkward for you to like
Yeah.
get more,
Yeah.
then there's a problem here. Yeah, it's a bit weird.
Yeah.
But portion size kind of smallish, but you can order like a good load of them,
Yeah.
so you're fine.
Yeah. As long as you're not being wasteful, like, they're absolutely fine with it.
Yeah.
And they were fine with you ordering from the get-go, I want to order 3 starters and, do you know what, a couple of main courses between us. They're happy with you ordering it from the beginning, as like, when you place your order, when you sit down. And they're also okay with you ordering another dish after you've eaten your main course too.
Oh, okay.
Aren't they? Because we did that once, because we didn't like a dish, and they said, "Oh, do you want to change it? Let's get you a biryani or something to try."
Yeah.
And then they went and like got it. Like they weren't even like trying to rush you,
Oh no. No.
just to like clear your table and get the next ones in.
Yeah, they weren't
like
like that.
they were like happy to like get you another dish.
Yeah. Yeah.
After, so regardless of like timing wise, they weren't bothered. Like they just wanted to feed you and be happy and stuff. They were really good, good service.
Yeah. Why do I remember something about water? Water was like bottled water every time, wasn't it? And you just get a lot of bottled waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically. You take the bottle with you if it's not finished at the end, which is fair enough.
Well, we did, because we didn't have a drinks package. We didn't buy a drinks package
Yeah.
because we don't drink. But the bottled waters are included in your MDI experience.
Mm.
And then at the buffet you get water, tea, coffee there as well anyway. But in the MDR, I think if you have tea and coffee, you have to pay for it.
Yeah. But yeah, it was brilliant. Even breakfast, I enjoyed it in the dining areas. You just go there and again order loads of the same thing or whatever you want, and they accommodate. At breakfast, I found them to be like really quite busy. Breakfast is quite a busy time, isn't it? Really.
Mm.
They were very busy at breakfast. I've got to say they were extremely well organised. Like they are, like honestly, handling the amount of people they handled. They had staff.
They were busy for all the services, I think. The lunch one was busy and the evenings are quite busy too. But breakfast, I think, is because everyone goes like the same time,
Yeah, that's what I was
especially
saying.
if it's a port day. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas like, you know, like evening, like at least they've like separated early and late
Yeah, that's right.
time.
Yeah, like
But-
sittings.
Yeah, but the breakfast was like they don't have that. You just go whenever you want between this time
Between
and
these
this
times.
time.
There's something about breakfast that has like pressure on it.
Mm,
People want to get in, get out.
yeah,
Like that's one. The next thing is you might have got there kind of late-ish,
yeah,
and so now you're running out of time yourself. So you're like, give me this, give me that, give me this, give me that.
yeah,
Whereas the evening meal just seemed more chilled out.
yeah,
People will sit there, have their course, relax, talk, and
yeah. A bit more relaxed.
it has that whole vibe, and that's
Yeah.
reflected in the staff as well.
Yeah,
Whereas it's reflected in the staff for breakfast that let's get this to them quick.
yeah, because everyone wants to get off. So
Mm-hmm.
if you're making them late, then they'll just end up like getting up and leaving.
Yeah, like everything was just quick.
Mm.
And I really give them credit for how well they did breakfast because, again, everything was fast. I didn't find myself waiting for stuff. And they really took the time to still make it nice.
Mm.
So, yeah, the dining room experiences, really, really good. Busy, but really, really good. But again, in the evenings, chilled out. And they're very attentive. And the actual room, beautiful. You get portholes, so the circular windows that you have in ships, and they're big, and you can see out and see the waves, and you're a bit lower in the ship, so you're actually quite close to the actual like sea level,
Yeah.
and you can see out and you can really get a good look at the waves and what they're doing. Very interesting, isn't it? A brilliant
Yeah.
experience, and again, still everything's so smooth and just really interesting. So that was that. Now there actually is a third method of eating, isn't there? The room service.
Mm-hmm.
And in a way, I find that to be a bit of a miracle how they even do that. How they, from which, I don't know, which kitchen they get the food from. Do you reckon it's from the buffet? Or do you reckon it's from the actual main dining room?
I had no idea.
Yeah, I know. So I was trying to think, where did they get it from? Anyway,
I think MDR because like it looks plated like
like MDR.
fancier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it could be that.
Yeah, I think so.
MDR makes me think about Severance because that's the department that they work in. MDR, macro data refinement, for my Severance audience.
Yeah, because it wasn't on the buffet plates, was it?
Yeah, so okay,
Yeah,
then
it's
fine.
like a
It's got to come
fancier.
from, yeah, that's the effort, the organisation is brilliant. So did you have to fill out a form for that?
Yeah, the night before.
That is some planning in it in itself. But I suppose
Yeah,
you could do it every day.
You can't do it in the morning.
You could do it every day and get yourself like a bit of a pick-me-up before you even get to breakfast or before you even get to the buffet.
You gotta fill it in, fill the form in, and then you gotta hang it outside on the door before you go bed, and then in the morning it comes. It got here a bit late though, didn't it? It got there a bit late.
Yeah, I remember there was a time
We were
when...
like, do we leave the cabin now? Because otherwise,
Yeah.
if this doesn't come and then we're going to miss the
Miss
breakfast,
breakfast.
then
So just don't call us cheeky for that. Yes, we were getting room service breakfast and then going to breakfast. So what happened was we were waiting for the room service breakfast to come and we were about to miss our time slot for actual breakfast. I love it. So good. But thankfully the food came. I think we had a few bites and then ran to breakfast
yeah.
because you could always come back and still have this. It was fine.
Yeah. Well, all I got was a few pastries, some coffee,
Some coffee
and
and some
some hot chocolate for the kids, so that
and a yogurt thing. Do you remember that yogurty thing?
I can't remember. Yeah, some kind of yogurt. I
It was
think.
like a yogurty thing.
And just there weren't a lot of options there for
The room service.
Yeah, for room service, because it's not like you can just take full breakfast and hash browns and I'll have a muffin and this. It was just like, a very limited selection. So I just thought it would be a good idea whilst we're getting ready for them to like have some hot chocolate or whatever.
Yeah, and I was have
Because I
coffees.
didn't know, because I heard of like, I obviously heard before I got on the cruise that it's kind of chaotic at the buffet.
Yeah.
So I was just going prepared in case we couldn't find a table or whatever. But yeah, it came a bit late and then we were kind of waiting around for it and then it eventually came. We had a bit and then we went to the buffet.
I suppose it's food that they can like pack and run with.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, that's what happened. And
But the pastries were good though. I enjoyed the pastries
I love the pastries.
at the MSC
Yeah.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, honestly, I really like what they do. They do great.
To be honest, would you say the food at the MDR is better or the buffet?
I don't
'Cause-
think.
Go on.
Ooh.
I'm gonna say
I want to say that I don't think there's a difference in standard. I think it's the same food. If there's a difference, MDR wins.
oh really?
Yeah, why wouldn't you say MDR wins?
No, buffet.
I feel like MDR is a
Buffet's
bit more
food.
bespoke. It's a bit more.
No, but the quality of the food in the MDR wasn't.
Why
It
is
wasn't
buffet better?
the food was better. There was more choices. For one,
Was the biryani there?
yeah, it was there.
Was there biryani there?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I missed out on the biryani.
No, you had it there.
Did I have it? I can't remember
You
it.
had it there one day,
Anyway, go on.
and yeah, there were more choices, and it was just better.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Basically, the menu. I feel like the menus, like the staff and the service is great, but it's just I'm just talking about the food. So like on like quite a few nights. This is evening dinner I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like there was at least like 3 nights where I thought like, oh, there's nothing I like particularly like on the menu.
Okay, I get you.
Like this is me and quite a few others, but like we would still order the main course,
Yeah.
and it'd come, and then it was just very average.
But-
Like it was very small portion, and it was like a very, especially if I'm being honest, it was like especially the lamb, the red meats, the lamb and the beef.
You're right.
The cuts were like really bad cuts, like the steaks. None of like the men in our party like enjoyed their steak because it was like a really poor cut of meat where it was like tough and chewy, and they didn't like it. And the lamb was not really fatty, and it wasn't good. And then like the other nights were like a very like not so good menu. So basically, a lot of them were not like satisfied or very full from the evening dinners at the MDR. So then we would go to the buffet.
Okay. I feel like there was always something safe available. Like, why do I feel like there was always biryani available?
Yeah, you had like biryani like 3, 4, 5 nights in a row
I
though.
certainly did.
You're not telling people that.
Biryani gang.
But like not everybody wants to have biryani every night. So
No, but what I mean is that it was available though.
yeah, it was available, but like that's fine. But maybe they didn't want that, and you can
Okay.
maybe. But even if I did have biryani and I was happy with it, I still wanted to see what the buffet had that night. Do you know what I mean? Because
But
the
was the
buffet had like different food every night.
Oh, I didn't
Like
I didn't even clock on
Like
to that.
one night they had like chicken curry, like masala and poppadoms and some kind of rice and stuff.
And that,
Do you remember?
That's
But we got
kind
there
of
quite
coming
late.
back to me.
We got there quite late.
And we
it was
missed
like
out
10
on,
o'clock.
we missed out on one of the curries ones. I think we missed out on the curry
had
that
a
you
little
wanted.
bit.
Oh right, yeah,
Yeah, I had a little bit of it.
You had like the last bit left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the scraps.
Yeah, and I think you still liked it. You're like, I wish I got here sooner. That was nice.
I was gutted. It was really good.
Was it butter chicken?
I think it was.
I think it was.
It was really nice. And I was remembering saying to Chef, have you got any more left? He was like, no, sorry, ma'am. And I'm like, okay, fine.
Like, not good enough.
See, like I feel like why wasn't that on the MDR menu tonight? Like I would have.
Oh, okay, I get
I
you.
would've picked that.
Like, why wasn't that on the menu?
Yeah,
okay,
why was
I get
fatty
you.
lamb with like 3 bits of potato on the MDR menu,
I
but
get
not
ya.
the butter chicken?
Not the butter chicken. Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Priorities,
yeah.
right?
I get that.
So yeah, it was just like there was better options and better food at the buffet.
Yeah.
So that's the thing with MSC, I think. Like sometimes
The
it might
buffet
not
is
be
better.
the MDR which has the better food, it could be the buffet. But yeah, regardless, like that's why I think it's actually quite smart for me to pick early dining. So if you go to early dining, then you can still go and have a little nibble at the buffet.
Yeah.
Whereas if you picked the later slots for the MDR, yes, you could go to the buffet and eat there, but then are you able to be like, oh, I'll just have a little bit and then go to the MDR, or are you going to stuff yourself silly?
Yeah,
Do you know
so
what I
then
mean?
you're too full when you get there, yeah.
Your temptations are like this, you're surrounded by food, and then you'll get to the MDR and you'll be too stuffed and not enjoy your MDR experience.
Yeah, this is a good point. This is a very good point. Very smartly done.
We had a few late night pizza runs, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. That was good. And you could just get a hot drink and take it back to your room as well.
Yeah, the pizzas were good.
You could take pizza back to your room. And you know what? I actually quite like that there are some hidden gems in the buffet, because there's people out there who are not restauranty people. There's people who actually just like the buffet.
Yeah.
And if they've got hidden gems there at the buffet to have, fantastic.
It's actually really interesting because there's some people, like you said, that like do not like the MDR food. It's, I don't know, you know, them people like we've watched on, for example, on YouTube.
Yeah.
Like they don't like the menus, or like they think the food is a bit too fancy and blah blah blah, and there's just not many options. So they actually enjoy the buffet experience.
Yeah, that's
more.
what I mean. Yeah.
But there's a lot of people also that hate the buffet.
Yeah, exactly.
And prefer to just be served food at the restaurant.
Yeah.
But I like both. I like to go both.
I like both, but I do have a bit of an issue with like fighting over food.
I think I have to say that I have to agree that with breakfast, I prefer to go like if I'm going on the cruise again, anytime soon, and especially if it's an MSC one, because I'm a bit more experienced now.
Yeah.
For breakfast, I would like to head straight to MDR.
MDR.
Wake up early and go straight to MDR.
Yeah.
I'm not fighting for hash browns.
I can't. What
and
it
I'm
is,
not losing you and losing the kids or whatever.
Yeah.
So just go straight to MDR, nice and early. You know, order all the food that you want, get it served to you.
And don't be shy. Just order it. Like, I'm sorry. I know I've ordered 10 hash browns. I'm going to pretend that it's 2 each around here. But it's not 2 each. I'm having them. You're going to catch me eating them soon. I'm sorry, okay? But what it is, like, I feel bad when I'm there getting a certain food. I'm just going to use hash brown for the example because I can't be bothered thinking. And, like, it's down to the last few. And there's
at the buffet,
and there's people behind me, and I know that they've waited.
Oh, that pressure when it's like the last.
And they're hoping,
slice.
just the same way I hope. Don't take them last two. Don't do it. And then it's gone. And you're like, I'll wait. And then you wait in there with like an egg that's getting cold. You know what I mean? Beans that are getting cold or whatever. You're just like, I might as well start eating. Honestly, when I couldn't find a seat that day, I was eating
in the queue.
I was eating and walking because I'm like, forget it. I'm just gonna eat and walk. What's the issue? Do you know what I mean? I don't have to like conform. I can eat and whatever. Not my preferred option, but I'll do it.
Oh God, you had the same breakfast every day.
Yeah, I know I did.
In fact, I think you have that same breakfast everywhere you go on holiday.
I love it. It's my holiday food.
Do you want to tell them what your breakfast go-to is?
So basically what I do is I get a lot of hash browns and sometimes I'll just have bites of hash brown because I love it. I'll get a couple of fried eggs, sunny side up. Thank you very much. And what I'll do as well is I'll get the hash browns and I'll get beans and I'll put them over the hash browns so you can't see any hash browns anymore. You just see a pile of beans. In fact, once a colleague said, "You like a lot of beans." And I was like, no. I cut into it. I was like, there's hash browns on the inside over here. And then you get that and you eat that and it's just amazing. Get a bit of egg on there and you will never look back. It is bang on. So it's hash brown first, beans on top, then you cut into it and you have some bean hash brown, have some egg, and that's it. You are set for the day. You're happy. And you just repeat that until you're stuffed.
Do you agree it's better to have breakfast at the MDR, isn't it?
It is better
Instead
to
of
have breakfast MDR, yes.
Trying to fight for a table, trying to fight for your food, then trying to find your way back to where your family's sitting.
Yes.
Oh yeah, and then putting your plate down, then going to grab your tea, coffee, juices,
Yes.
all 4 of the drinks.
Yes.
Back to the table.
Yeah.
Cutlery. Do you have to get cutlery?
yeah.
Napkins. Back to the table. God. Then somebody else wants something else, and you've got to go back out again.
Juice.
Yeah, and battle your way through what everybody.
You are battling all the way through, and you have to find your way back.
Breakfast, when everyone is rushing and trying to get off the ship to do the excursions or whatever, MDR is the way, I believe.
Yeah.
Lunchtime.
100%.
Lunchtime, I'm happy with either. Actually.
Yeah.
And evening.
Either.
But
you've got to try the MDR, though, aren't you?
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
Evening. Just to have that sit-down relaxation.
Yeah. Evening, you still have to go to the MDR and buffet, I think.
Yeah, get that sit-down relaxation.
Lunchtime, whatever.
Yeah. Do they have the same desserts in the MDR as they do in the buffet?
No.
Just a reminder, MDR is dining room, dining area.
I don't think so.
Is it? They don't, do they? I don't think they do.
I don't know. I think some of the options, yeah.
Okay.
But not always. Like in the MDR, I remember having like an apple crumble with custard.
Ooh.
And I can't remember seeing that in the buffet. In fact, I didn't even. To be honest, I'm not really a dessert person. But I didn't even go to the dessert section in the buffet.
Yeah.
I thought it was just like fruits and cheesecakes and
them
stuff
little pot things.
Yeah, I don't really do those desserts in little pots and tubs and stuff.
Neither do I. I don't know. Maybe they'd be nice. I might try them this time round.
Yeah,
Yeah.
not with calories.
But yes, absolutely fantastic. Now then, we've just talked about food all the way through this so far.
That's what I do best.
Facilities. So there's a kids club.
Could be better.
Oh, yeah.
I think facilities-wise could be better.
Well, for me, yeah.
But it was okay.
For me, kids club could be a bit more. I got the vibe from kids club that it's not very well supervised. That's what I thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not very. It's kind of like.
There seems to be a lot more kids than staff.
Which leaves it not well supervised.
The ratio was a bit off, I feel like.
But it's kind of tricky, and it's another challenge that they've got in that sense. Well, I suppose the answer is hire more people, but the issue there is, like, when you've got this many people coming onto the ship, how do you accommodate that many staff to watch the kids, or how do you forecast for it, I suppose. But yeah, that was what I got, and like there was one thing that I saw which it looked like the kids were in like a prison camp for a bit, and it was kind of funny to watch, but like it was a bit weird at the same time.
I think I know what you're going to say. Some, like, do you mean that parent that was like basically forcing the child to go into the kids club?
No, I don't even remember that.
Oh.
What, do you want to talk about that?
Well, a lot of parents, like, you know, like they want their free time and to go for a drink and stuff or whatever and social with their friends. So they want to like leave the kids in the kids' room, don't they?
Oh.
And like I think they don't just leave them in there for like an hour or two. Like they're in there for like quite a bit, aren't they? And probably more than one day, like a few times in their 1 week holiday. So I witnessed one, and the mum was like almost getting angry at the child.
Oh, so this sounds pretty tight.
Because the child didn't want to go.
Oh man.
Well, there was a couple of kids, and he was the older one. So he was being a bit stroppy, and saying, "I don't even want to go."
Oh gosh.
And she was like, "Are you going in or not? It's either, do you want to go to bed then?" It's either you're going to bed or you're going in there.
Oh my God.
And I'm like, going to bed, it's like 3 p.m.
Oh, that's tight, that.
So I was like, oh God, I don't like that. And she was quite loud as well. This is in that, outside the kids' room in that hallway.
Outside, yeah, the hallway, like reception.
Yeah. So there was quite a few people there. So yeah, she basically forced him to go.
Yeah,
That's not really giving him a choice, is it?
No.
Go to bed or go in there.
That's like a parent. That's a parent situation, that isn't it? That's just like a weird parent thing.
So obviously he unwillingly went in. But yeah, a lot of them do leave them for a long time.
I don't think a lot of them do that forcing thing. Like
oh,
that
no, I'm not saying that. But
that's probably an isolated incident. Like, I didn't even see it happen and you saw one of them, so.
Yeah, I'm not saying that. But yeah, a lot of parents do use that facility. We're not really comfortable with using that kids club room, are we?
Yeah, we're not, I don't think. That's more because of our own experience. It doesn't mean that there's anything necessarily wrong with it.
No.
It's just our own preference type thing. And if we were to use it, it'd be a very short period of time. If we were, I don't think we would, really. But anyway, one thing that I saw was the kids were like, they were at the kids club, and at one point, one of the handlers, I shouldn't say handlers, but was like, let's all get a formal line. So they all formed a line, and they had their hands on like the back of their head as they were walking. I'm pretty sure they did,
Yeah.
unless I am imagining this part. And this part I'm definitely not imagining. The guy was doing a chant like, MSC Kids is the best, and the kids were like repeating it. Because like, MSC Kids is, and then like they kept doing that, which is like a military chant, walking through like just the corridor, and they were walking. I'm sure that we came back and they were still walking like, and so they had done that for ages. I don't know how many steps they got in, but
they were going down to the basketball.
Oh right.
Hall, the basketball courts, weren't they, downstairs?
I don't know. I feel like they were going round and round for a while. Unless, okay, they must have been going down to the basketball court. I think the teens area sounds pretty cool. Like, that sounds quite well aimed at teens.
Yeah.
It's like a more chilled out, quieter area.
Yeah, it's got like a PlayStation there, or a couple of them and stuff.
PlayStation. I don't know. I'm thinking pool table and stuff.
I think MSC has like a collab with Lego, so they have like Lego rooms as well on their cruises.
I don't think there was a lot of Lego access. I know it's advertised, but I don't think there was a lot of Lego actual Lego access, unless we just missed it in that.
I think there was. There was a Lego room. There was Lego in at least 2 of the rooms.
Okay, and there's more to do
on the other ships as well.
Fair enough, and they got a gym as well.
Yeah, they've got a gym.
Gym, pretty cool. And there's more to do, of course, if you're going on a warm cruise, because you can use the outside of the ship a lot more.
Yeah.
There's like a walking track and stuff. There's sunbeds and swimming pools on the outside and that.
Yeah.
And apparently there's like a movie area as well, isn't there?
I don't
I
know.
think the sunbed area's got a big screen, and someone said that they play movies there.
I don't know about the Eurobia, probably. It's probably something that they have on.
I don't know on that
all
ship.
of them.
I think, maybe an MSC thing, but I don't know about that ship.
Yeah, so the winter one, because it was a winter one, so like everybody used the indoor pool.
Yeah, well heated, I believe. I mean, we walked through there once, didn't we? We walked through there.
We walked through there every day to go to the...
we didn't walk through the pool every day.
Yeah, we had to walk through it to go to the thingy, didn't we?
No, we definitely didn't walk through the pool every day. We walked through like twice. We went the wrong way.
Oh, right.
And so we had to go through that area.
Yeah.
But we definitely didn't walk through every day, because normally we'd access the food area or whatever buffet through the inside. But the times when we went through this pool area was because we'd, that outside walk?
Yeah.
We'd gone from up the wrong way, then gone outside to go across the ship, and then to the food area.
Oh, right, okay.
And so, yeah, that was really well heated. I could give them that credit. For me, it was a bit stuffy, but I think that when you're swimming in that, you won't even notice that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, really cool. I feel like I should have done a bit more stargazing. I think that the actual night skies would have been clear on a few of the nights. I think that's something which I should have had a look out for.
Yeah.
Anything that you should have done but didn't do?
No, not really.
Do you reckon the chocolatier thing would have been cool to check out?
Well, we weren't in it.
We went in there, the
But
chocolate place, but
I didn't fancy anything in there.
yeah, same.
if
Like
I'm
it just doesn't
honest.
really attract.
The
In
shops-
fact, wait a minute. You said that you want to check out the MSC cake next time.
Cake.
Yeah,
Oh right, yeah,
that's what you would do if you went again, wouldn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. They have a big cake at the buffet restaurant. That's what he means.
Yeah.
And it got cut. I think they have it on the first day, and then it gets like chopped up. But I didn't know when it was going to get chopped up, so I kind of missed it. But yeah, no, everything good.
I won a random raffle while we were there.
Yeah, the shops. I feel like going back to the shops. The shops I didn't feel like were all that.
All that, yeah, I know.
I mean, we got some souvenirs from the souvenir shop, and we got some photos from like the professional.
They were good enough. The photos are quite nice.
which was nice.
Yeah, photos
And
are decent.
Not too bad price, to be fair.
Yeah, photos of that are legit. Photos are good.
But like the shops, like the jewelry shop and that other designer shop or whatever it was.
Yeah. They might be
like-
good for some people. I suppose we're just not the audience. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I think for people who want like a memento from the cruise ship, I get it. It'd be quite nice. You know, a story behind this piece of jewellery. We've got that on our cruise. That's quite nice. I get it. But I feel like just we're not in the market, so it doesn't really appeal to us.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting. The whole cruise ship stairs thing. Stairs are a thing on cruise ships, apparently. Am I right?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. So that was so a thing on cruise ships is to like get a picture by the staircase, the stairway.
On the
That is
staircase,
yeah, that is a cruise thing. And so they always have these really impressive, glitzy, glamorous looking stairways.
Swarovski.
So on the MSC one, yeah, it's Swarovski crystals. Swarovski crystals in the actual stairway going all the way up, so it just glistens all the way through. Yeah, interesting that for that to be a thing, you know, the whole stairway thing.
What do you think of the shows?
The shows they're not my kind of thing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think I like live productions. In general, it has to be really dramatic or really has to be something. I don't know, there has to be really
West End.
something strong about it. West End, but not musical. As soon as you sing, I'm switched off. I'm walking out. That's where I stand with these things nowadays. Is that quite a strong take? I
They're
apologise.
all
That's quite a strong
musicals.
take. They can't all be musicals, can they? They can't be, because I've been to theatre productions, which somebody who I know had written one and stuff, and we went to it, and it wasn't a musical, and it was that was the only one that actually like was quite touching, to be honest, and actually like touched a nerve somewhere. So yeah,
Yeah, I get you.
do you know what I mean? It has to have something for me, but that's just me, I
They're
suppose.
talented, but it's just not our cup of tea.
Yeah.
They're just a little cheesy, aren't
They're
they?
talented, but they're cheesy. It's not their fault. They're great. They're talented. The production is great. I didn't think there was anything that was like lacking in production standard. I was like, standard is great. Production is brilliant. Sound is great. Nothing was off. I think it's more the kids loved it, innit? It's a kid thing. It's got to be on it. No?
No, the kids fell asleep.
What about you then? What do you think of them?
Just not our cup of tea, I guess. But yeah, but it's free entertainment, so
In that sense, it's
a lot
brilliant.
of people love it.
And
a lot
like,
of people enjoy it.
and was I going to?
And it's something to do, isn't it?
That's what I was about
There's
to say.
nothing to do
That was
Do you know
about
what
to
I
say. I was about to, well, not nothing to do, but like
in the
like-
evening after dinner. There's nothing to do really on a February cruise when you can't even go outside much.
Well, how I see it
If
is
you're not
like
drinking, you know.
that's something to do, I suppose. Well, how I see it, it's like you're on a cruise ship. You know what I mean? You'll be off this cruise ship in about 3 days,
I get you.
so
but-
you've got to take in that experience. That is something to do at all times, because this will be gone soon. That's how I see it, at least. But in terms of the shows, I was not going to turn one away. If I could get into a show, I'm going to go into a show and I'm going to watch it because it's entertainment. It's there. It's being put on for us, and as much as I'm not wowed by it or blown away by it, they're pretty cool. It's pretty cool to watch. They're entertaining. So yeah, enjoyable, it's comfortable and all that lot. So yeah, I liked them. I just wasn't blown away by them. That's where I sit with them, in my opinion. Really, there were some good singers.
Mm-hmm.
I like good singers, and there were some good singers. So I give credit to that. I think that basically covers pretty much everything. There was nothing else outside of that, like well designed. There was a lot going on. We didn't go to any of the restaurants, the paid ones.
No.
They looked quite nice though. The sushi one looked quite nice. Looked quite nicely put together.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like it had like a nice ambience inside, good like architecture and stuff, and great design.
Mm.
So out of all of them, I might have considered that one, but I'm not a sushi guy.
Mm.
Mexican one maybe. Have some nachos.
They looked all right. Just all right.
Yeah, again, not mad about them, but you know they're okay. Yeah, good experience. I would definitely go again. Probably go to a warm cruise this time because I'm just a more warm holiday kind of person. Again, for me, going to a location for one day, that is still a bit of a. I gotta get used to that. I ain't used to that. When I go somewhere, it's like a week. I like to do a bit of a thing where like I feel like a local for a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
But for those places that we went to in that North Europe one, I was happy to leave. That they're called the city breaks places.
City
aren't they?
breaks, yeah.
So there was nothing to see really, other than those things that we saw at Rotterdam, Hamburg, and even Bruges. Like, I think we've done it all, like there. And Le Havre, I'm happy to not go there ever again. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
I'm not happy. But I'm happy to not visit that port again. But yeah, like.
For me,
one day was enough for me for those 4 places.
Okay, I'm a little bit. For me, when we went to Belgium, I would have liked to have tried a bit more Belgian chocolate. I would have liked to have gone and tried it on like a few different days. I would have done that. And these places have got some great history, and I would have liked to have gone into places. In fact, like even though we've got to pay for admission and go in and have a look around and really soak in the history, that's the kind of things that I would have done had I spent more time there and learn a bit more about each place, because some of them had some really beautiful architecture like canals and bridges.
The only thing I would have probably liked is to visit Amsterdam, but it was a bit too much effort with the kids.
It was about an hour away from where we were, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, I think it was
doable,
it was
but
a bit
just
further.
effort for us.
Yeah. In February as well, like I didn't even want to do any more travelling.
But yeah, if I could do a cruise where you spend a day or 2, 3 in one location, that's more attractive. But I know that would like probably cost a bomb.
Yeah, you'd see less places.
Yeah, but you know, it's kind of more like in line with what I would kind of like in a way. But still, cruises are still brilliant. They're still great, and I would again 100% definitely do it again. I think that's everything I want to say on this. About you?
Do you want to talk about the car park?
The car park was brilliant. We got there. Did we get there early?
Do you want to tell them where you parked?
We parked at the actual port itself.
Yeah, AB parking, the port's, Southampton port's actual car park.
Yeah.
Their own car park.
Yeah. Were we early? Because we were right at the front.
We were on time. Yeah, we were maybe like a little bit early, not really early.
Well, we were like one of the first cars.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. Car park was great. Car park was safe.
Yeah, it was convenient and safe. Expensive, but worth it.
Yeah.
We paid
Peace of
like
mind.
£100 for like a week. This was last February.
Yeah.
But you're literally right at the terminal, so
Yeah.
it was worth it.
Yeah. For me, it is a big peace of mind thing. Like, I just want it there. I can just relax and forget
And
about
also, MSC is like, you know how you get, the staff at the port, they come and help you with the luggage.
Right.
MSC is one where you, like MSC, they don't help if you're MSC.
Okay.
That's the only like difference, I guess, between other cruise lines.
Okay. I didn't feel like we needed help. I thought we were cool.
Yeah, but like some people would like a bit of help, wouldn't they?
Oh,
Like
okay.
elderly, or like you've got kids and strollers and
Oh,
stuff.
okay,
It's
okay.
quite handy. But yeah, I didn't even know that. But yeah, side note, you've
Yeah.
got to you just get your own trolley, don't you? And to put your suitcase on and just roll it to the terminal.
Yeah, and even on the way back, we were out quite fast. We
Yeah.
went out, collected our luggage, we were gone.
Yeah.
For me, in my opinion, well organised.
Mhm.
Yeah, well done. Honestly, well done to him. So yeah, parking was great. Getting through the port again, that was also fine. It was interesting seeing the ship. When we drove down to the port, you could see the ship, like that huge ship. We're like, oh my god, that is what we're gonna get on.
Mm.
That was cool to see.
Mm.
It almost takes up the entire port.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really stands out. So I really enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, me done. You
Mhm.
done. Okay, cool. Yeah, again, all very interesting. It's enjoyable going like into ports and out of ports, and just knowing that your huge ship has just come to visit this place. There's just something about it. But yeah, that was our experience on an MSC cruise, our first ever cruise experience, and really enjoyable. Would therefore do it again. Okay, guys, thank you all for watching, and take it easy. See you later.